Well, good morning, everybody, on this chilly Tuesday morning. Wow, glad I'm not camping, but it is supposed to warm up for the next little bit of September, back into the 20s with warmer nights as well. So, got that to look forward to. So, reading through Ezekiel 43 to 45 today. And we're continuing with more of the details on this, the details of the temple and the regulations that go with it. And this is what the Old Testament is all about. It's about an external regulation that is trying to change the inner man. So it's a law that tries to change the inner man. But Jesus turned around and pointed out, it had to be that way because the Lord didn't dwell in us yet. He was, it was still an external thing that was going on. The plan was that it would get to a point where He dwelt in us, as He does now. But at that time, it was an external thing. And Jesus turned around and said of the leaders that they were more concerned about the outside of the vessel than they were the inside, and that he also taught that it was what came out of a man that made him unclean, not what went into him. And so this was the foundation, the groundwork that was being laid for our understanding that in the New Testament, what has happened, as has been promised through the prophets, is that the law is now written on our heart. It is actually part of our nature, because we now have the nature of Christ, because Christ dwells in us. So now it's an internal force that is transforming our inside, transforming our heart. And our heart is what, not the emotional, but the spiritual that now guides our thinking. Changes our perspective and such. So it's a completely different dynamic, and it seems that a lot of the church hasn't woken up to that, so that we're trying to live this combination thing. It's like when the Pharisees started becoming Christians, they were still running after the fact that people had to become a Jew before they could become a Christian. They had to follow the law before they could follow Jesus Christ. And we find that in a lot of the church today, is we live this new Old Testament where it's still a combination, where we're still trying to get change people's behavior by a law, by a bunch of rules, forgetting the whole thing, that this thing has to be written on the heart. The heart has to be transformed, and it's by the indwelling of Jesus Christ that transformation happens. So yeah, that's a big shift that has to take place, and I pray it is something that will shift soon, and that we'll all grab a hold of. And I pray at least that you understand that and that you're living that. Today's a day that we understand Scripture that says that we rejoice with those who rejoice and we mourn with those who mourn. And right now we grieve with our brother Kevin over the loss of his mom, a believer, and he has her imprint to go with him always, and he's going to share stories with us concerning his mom. But still, even though we know that she's gone on to that place that we all long to eventually get to, it's still a loss in his life. So we stand with him as our brother. So you guys have a fantastic, wonderful day, a day filled with grace and love and transformation and new lessons and engaging with people, because that's what we're here for. God bless.